God is unchanging in His promise. We love to speak about the sweet promises of God, but what if we found out that God did not always fulfill His promises? Then we would cease to speak about those very same promises. If I worked a job and thought that there was a chance my employer would not pay me, I may refuse to go to work. And if I thought that God's promises would never be fulfilled, then He would not be my God. And if I thought that God would honor one promise but dishonor another, then I would utterly abandon the scriptures within the Bible. I want eternal things, and I find that I have eternal promises when I turn to the Bible. For it is impossible for God to lie. He hath signed, confirmed, and sealed every promise of His. The gospel is not promising today and denying tomorrow, but the gospel is always the same. There was a delightful promise which a man had yesterday, and it was sweet to the mouth. But then this morning when the man turned to the Bible, the same promise was not so sweet, but was rather bitter in the mouth. Do you know why? Do you think the promise has changed? No, for you have changed. That is where the matter lies. You have been eating the wicked fruit of Sodom, and your mouth was thereby put out of taste, and you could not detect the sweetness of the truth. But that sweet honey was still there and has not changed. The truth is the same today, tomorrow, and forever. It doesn't change. A man of God says, I have built my house firmly upon some stable promises. But there came a wind and destroyed them all. That man proclaims that God's promises have changed and are no longer in effect. He cries out how God has abandoned him. But he is wrong. The promises were not cast down, and the foundations were not removed. But rather it is his little wooden hut that had fallen. He has been shaken on the rock and tossed off. But the rock which the man built his house on was still the same, only he had been removed from it. So let us always remember the Lord's promise and understand that it is in His nature to fulfill what He says, for He is not a liar. Meditate on His promises, and remember, every promise is a rock, an unchanging thing. Therefore, at His feet cast yourself.